Hey everyone, I'm back with a new video. I made another deck. I called it the Nubian Thoth Tarot. And I kind of wanted to show it a little bit. One, of course, I'm very happy. Two, it's my first test printing. So in all honesty, here and there, some things might change. But that will be it will be very few and little beautifications in that sense, you know. I thought I would do a flip through with the original one so you can see where I went a little bit a different way, and where you can, well, maybe clearly see certain elements and colors, you know, coming back. So this is collage art, of course. I went with photos in that sense, right? I did have some symbols in there, and yeah, where would it really differ? Yeah, in that art style, right? Mine is borderless. Well, you already see the back. I hope you can see there's like in the black there's a little thing going on, and I chose this one with certain elements in that cross, in the rose cross, you know. And I really like it. I'm definitely loving it. I think there's only one card in this deck that I'm not 100% sure about, which is the Fool, so the first card. The rest, like I said, it's more beautifications I want to do. And yeah, because with some cards I went a different kind of way in the color associations. Do I want to keep that, or do I want to make a card that's closer to the original one? So I don't know that yet. I've been working with it now for 2 days, so not that long, you know. I'm loving what I have, but you know what, without more chit-chatting, let's turn them around. I need to stay in line because I zoomed in so you can see everything very clearly. So yeah, with this one, there's a part of me that absolutely loves it, and then there's a part of me that's like, but it's very, well, not, yeah, it is very different, you know. There is a difference in there, and can I live with that or not, or do I want to change that up? Because it's something that I keep coming back to, I might play with it and see where I land. But for now, like I said, this was my first test printing. I did all of the design, and then I was like, I need to have it in my hand to really be able to see this, you know. Which I did. Like I said, I've been working with it now for 2 days. I'm really loving it. But okay, let's get through them, and then you will be the judge. So yeah, here we have the Fool. Oh yeah, one thing, again, it's a test copy. One, there are no titles, and I don't even think I want to, because even after they were mixed up, I knew exactly which card was which. And two, I don't have any associations yet, astrological or zodiac signs, even in the minors, you know. I might still do that. I feel like it belongs in the Thoth. And then there's a part of me that's like, well, maybe leave that out. I don't know yet. For now, like I said, test printing, it doesn't have any of that yet. Okay, so, well, that was the Fool. Here we have the Magus. I'm sorry. So, of course, you're always going to have some differences. For example, here, that ape man thing, you know, and that's a representation of Thoth. Well, I'm not gonna ever find a picture of, well, that, you know. But the ibis is also a representation of Thoth, so I put the ibis in there. So yes, the High Priestess, it's more colorful, I think, because again, here the colors were really faded out. And I could do that. I'm not sure if I want to do that, if I'm honest. I'm not sure yet. Because I do have the blue going on in the background, but is that enough? Do I need to put that up, you know? I'm not sure yet. For now, I actually like where I'm at, but I could always play with that in the future. I have allergies, so sorry for my nose. The Empress. Certain elements I did in a different way, like the bees on her clothing. I actually placed here like almost a sort of crown around her head. But yeah, the rest of these elements, it is coming back. I tried to stay a little bit true to the color. I never really get that 100%, if there's some really come close in my opinion. But I'm enjoying the representation here. The Emperor. So I did the same with the bees. I placed them with him also on top. And yeah, the colors, of course, really, that's fiery red, right? A little bit of yellow, even in his clothing. The Hierophant. Yeah, what can I say about this? I think the colors are very beautiful. I really love how that came to be, you know. I did rearrange because here they have man and there they have the eagle, but I'm so used to the Aquarius or the man being here and eagle being here. This is a Scorpio. A beautification, I need to bring him a little bit more in the picture because now he's too cut off. So I don't mind that difference. I didn't do the second bull, however, we have two elephants, so I did bring the elephant back in here. I'm liking this this representation. The Lovers is different, even though I'm not hating it. It is one I want to play with to see if I maybe can bring the children in one way or another in there. But for the rest, I'm again not minding the way it came about, you know. I do like it. Yeah, like with some, you're gonna need to make changes how you want to represent that if you really are in these photo kind of collage art things, you know, compared to drawn and maybe even a little bit abstract in some ways. Yeah, I might play with this one a little bit more, but I'm not minding what I have right now. The Chariot. I'm enjoying how this came about. This took a while, this one, because everything needed to be so and so, you know. Excuse me. So I do like how that came to be. One of my favorites. This one, again, a lot of work, but it came about so beautifully. I even like the water bubbles, you know. With this one, you do have more of this feeling, even though I did try to bring that in. I might try to maybe put the inside here a little bit lighter, that it might pop out a little bit more. But in all honesty, I'm loving the way it is here. Really enjoy that. The Hermit. This was very minimal. I might want to play with light. I did that. It drove me crazy. I didn't get it the way I wanted to get it. I might give it another try, in all honesty. Because we do have the egg and the snake. We have the little sperm thingy, you know. And this one I could live with, that it was not like a real picture, but it came really close. The three-headed dog, you know, or hellhound. Here you have the weed in the background, right? So I did find that, so that was very nice. And with the red cloak, I had the orangey red. I might want to play with some lighting, but I did that and it drove me nuts. I might want to retry it one more time. But I'm not minding it. It is very minimalistic compared to others, but I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. The Wheel of Fortune or Fortune. This too had, of course, many layers because there was so much going on. The coloration is a little slightly different, I think, where it's more yellow here. I got a more orangey kind of thing going on there, I think, or orange, or a warmer yellow maybe. But yeah, I did bring all the elements in, you know, and again, I was so happy with the way this came about. So, not minding it one bit. Lust. Oh, I should have given the warning. There's gonna be some nudity in here because, well, it's the toes. I should have said that before, right? I always forget until I come by this picture. Yeah, to place a woman on a lion, it was not working for me. It didn't feel natural, you know, the way I was placing it. So I went about the position a little bit different. But I still believe and find it coming forth very beautifully. I love how this came to be, you know. I was a little bit bummed when I didn't get it in this way, you know. And I was like, okay, but I'm not gonna, you know. This is a drawing. I'm gonna go with photo collage. I need to give myself a little bit of liberty. Which I did with this one. And again, I'm still loving it. And yeah, there's gonna be some nudity. The devil ain't no joke in this one either. The Hanged Man. I love that I could bring a lot of elements back here, you know, in a very different way. Yeah, I think you can see the similarities, right? But at the same time, yeah, of course, because again, you're working with photos and in a collage style, right? You need to take some liberties, but I still believe this one came out great. Death, yeah, again, I needed to take some liberties to get a skeleton in this kind of position. Yeah, it was not gonna happen. However, all these elements, you know, I could bring back the eagle, the fish, the snake, the Scorpio, even the dead plants, you know. We got some swirly things going on, which I could bring back here in the background. The ghostly people, you know, I could bring back. So I was a little bit afraid when I made this, if it was gonna fit, and then when it came, yeah, I was actually really happy. It's one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorites, but it's one of my favorites. I did bring back the Pharaoh's hat, you know, which again, I don't know, it just, the color differentiation is a little bit different. Well, you have this bluish green with yellow and brown. I think I have more a green with yellow. It does have some blue pops, but not like here. But again, I'm loving this one. I'm not touching it. Temperance. I tried to bring the male-female part in here. It was just not feeling right. Then I played with putting two of the same in there, because I think when you look at the meaning, it's more two different sides of herself, right? When we look at psychology, it's that anima and animus, right? So I wanted to play with this. I was actually really liking how it came to be. So I deleted the male woman version, and I just went well, with the same one, but that double mirror effect a little bit, right? Love how this came out. I'm not gonna change it. Yeah, I really loved how this came to be, you know. I might want to bring this lightning. I might want to pop that color a little bit more so that it doesn't fade. Yeah, but for the rest, again, I'm loving this one. Okay, warning for the devil. Well, the male phallus thing, right? entering, and then there was a mention in some books about that being Nuit, the Egyptian goddess of the sky. So I made that a little bit more clear in that sense. A little bit of a beautification here because it didn't go all the way to the top, which is annoying for me, but okay. Here it was about the embryo, the male and the female. So I brought that literally back in the sense of embryos and used the symbolism in that sense for male and female. The whole goat was not going to happen, so I stuck with the head in that sense. And I kind of like how the background came to be. So, still loving this one. The tower. Of course, this is very iconic in the Thoth Tower, right? But I did want to bring, well, that melanated aspect back also in this card. And I think that was the best way also to make that how do you say that, like it's breathing fire, right? So I actually really like how that came to be. I got some people falling. Yeah, we got this one. The eye was a little bit different, but I really like that fiery aspect again in the eye as well. So tower, check. Really like this one as well. The star, again, one of my favorites. Really love this star. It really came out, sorry. Yeah, I was having a problem with the position again, you know, and I was like, no, you need to let that go. Yeah, with some I did right, but with others, yeah, I needed to give myself again that liberty. And then when I came about this one, I loved everything about it. One of my favorites again. The moon. I had doubts when I was making it, if it was gonna work, or I don't know where my doubts exactly were. And then I had it in my hand after I got it, you know, that it was printed like this, and I fell in love. Yeah, I absolutely fell in love with this card. So I don't know what it is. I'm just happy. I'm just happy. So yes, the moon. Absolutely love this one. The sun. We have the wall and the freedom, right, of the boy girl. The rose, yeah. The zodiac here, I put that in the form of the symbolism. The two, yeah, I read about them, now I kind of forgot, but they were placed there as well. So all these elements came back, and again I tried to bring those colors back. Of course it's gonna be a little different because this is really like that openness of the yellow, right? And here it's a little bit more green, but I'm still loving this card. Absolutely adore this card. And was a little bit more difficult, because, well, you don't really have a Nuit in real life, right? The goddess. And the same with Horus. So it became a little bit more difficult. There is one that's like see-through, and I kind of made that too here. So I tried to bring everything back. Yeah, the egg aspect here, the three different colors, yeah, they're coming back. I was, again, a little bit afraid of this one, but once I had it in my hands, I'm actually liking what I see. Because even with the colors, you know, you see all these aspects coming back. So I'm not even going to mess with this one. I like it for what it is. The worlds. I might want to place here some real lion, bull, man, or Aquarius, right? And eagle or Scorpio energy. I kind of felt it was a little bit empty. And then there's, at the same time, I like that. So I might want to play with this one, not sure yet. Because for now, in all honesty, I kind of like what I see. But maybe just those elements in the corners will fill that a little bit more up. Maybe it pops a little bit more. Okay, then we go to the suits. We start with wands, so the Ace of Wands. I love that fiery redness here. I think it's really beautiful. So yeah, here the color is a little bit different. You see here in the back a little bit of that bluish green, but then there's a lot more red. Here I had that more as there, and then of course I have that fire in there. Of course, very different. I don't know if I want to play with it because I actually really like this Two of Wands. Because even in the back we have that balance with the pots, you know. I might not even touch this one. So yeah, that's the 2. The 3, again, I got a little bit darker blue going on. And of course we have the fire aspects coming back, right? I love this card. I'm not going to touch it. 4, then we do see, of course, that green, right? With, well, the yellow circle and, well, the wands. I like in mine that you can actually really count, because sometimes when I cut mine years ago, I kind of had a problem with it, yeah, because I knew it was the 4, but now I was not depending on a number, and I was like, but are there not more, you know? And because here you have like the top of the wands, you can clearly see it's 4. So love this one of my favorites, really like this. 5, pretty self-explanatory, right? I love the colors here, even the golden staffs, because of course there's more color here in the staffs. But yeah, I like how the photo one came about in that sense. 6, again, love this one. The colors here are definitely coming back, right? The little fires in there. Again, I have a lot of favorites in here. Here again, the color association is done right, I think. I really loved how they spoke, you know, in the sense of symmetry, even with the simple kind of staffs. But again, love this one. Here again, I went a little bit a different way. I tried the rainbow kind of thing, and it kind of felt like it was a card not belonging to this deck. This was one of the hardest cards I had to do. And I think it was because of the rainbow aspect. It was just not working. And at a certain moment, I was like, okay, the background is this lightish blue, you know. But yeah, then it took over because it's the wands, and you don't really see any kind of fire in here, except for, yeah, when you see that as that lightning kind of thing. So I actually took that blue and I went with it here. But yeah, I love this 8. I'm not changing anything about that one. 9, again, pretty self-explanatory. I love everything about this card. 10, this one needs to come a little bit down because it kind of got chopped, maybe a millimeter, but still, you know, I want it a little bit more down, I think. Love this card. Really love this. And then we get to the, yeah, nudity again. The Princess of Wands. So even though the tiger is here at the bottom, kind of, it's here on top, because of her body position, I kind of felt like he needed to be there, you know. I think it's clear that it's the Princess of Wands. And again, I love this card. I love the way it came about. There's a simplicity in it, and yet again, I feel like I can see what I was meaning here in the Princess of Wands, you know. The Prince of Wands, one of my favorites. I don't know, this card talks. I don't know what I did here different than in others, but this one talks. It almost screams, right? Maybe with the phoenix or something in the back. And yeah, I love the lion. But yeah, there's something about this. Absolutely love this card. Even though it's more dark in the background, and here it's definitely more yellow, I love this card. The Queen. Again, what's not to love? Love everything about it. Yeah, I love her. Also the eyes. Love it. And the king. Yeah, this one too, very expressive, a little bit like that, well, the prince now, right? Because this is the knight. Again, I was very, very happy with this. It's one thing to see it on the screen when you're designing it. It's something else when you hold it in your hands. Okay, so then we're at discs. I will try to pick it up a little bit. The Ace of Discs. Love this card. I'm gonna say that I think about most. It's not about being arrogant. I really just love how it came about, you know. The 2. I was thinking maybe about making them a little bit smaller, but I don't know if they will disappear then in the picture. So for now, I think I will leave it. 3. Again, because the discs here are a little different, and I do want to have that continuity in the disc suit, you know. So yeah, those pops of red I don't really have here. Still love this card. The 4, I think I want to make this bridge. I want to color it maybe a little bit more orange, so that that color will pop a little bit more back. The elements here in the corners I placed here in the middle. It's very vague. I don't know if it will pick up on the screen, but you can see it if you're up close, you know. But again, I might want to make the bridge a little bit pop more in the orange color. For the rest, love the card. Again, this one too, love everything about it. It came out just perfect. Here, yeah, I did went a little bit of a different way. I was working with the 6 and it was just not, well, going the way I wanted to go. So I did a free flow one to just bring in something I like, yeah. How I want to portray it. And then I was comparing it to the one I made according to here. And I chose my own one. It was a little bit different, but for me, I still have that earth kind of feeling here. So it will work. It will work for me. 1 second. Yes, sorry. Cat was being annoying. So yes, that's a 6. A little bit different, but it works for me. My blue here came about more blue. On the screen it had a very similar color, but a little bit more blue here. I don't mind. I don't mind. The thorny things around it, I did bring in here, and I'm loving this version. I'm not gonna touch it. The 8, I was thinking, because even though I like this, I might want to bring in some green leaves or something. I might play with it, but I'm not minding this. I actually really love this card. So we will see. But that's the 8. Then the 9, I love how this came about. I was really trying to mix some colors in there, and even though it's very it's like not popping, but I can see some of these colors come back, you know. So again, really liking this one too, the 9 of discs. And this one is the 10 of discs. I'm really enjoying this one. Very simple in all honesty, but I'm definitely enjoying it. Not gonna touch it. Okay, then we go into the quartz, and one of my favorite cards, the Princess of Discs. I think she's absolutely beautiful. There's nothing more beautiful than this one. I really love this quartz suit. Her and the rest also, but she has something. Oi, I really love that. Yeah, love everything about that. This is the prince. I do want to bring this a little bit more down, I think, but I can still see what I need to see, but I might want to even it out a little bit. But I love my prince. I really do. My queen, again, love her. Absolutely love her. Yeah, I think she's fabulous. She's so beautiful. And my knight. Again, beautiful. I love the colors. I love these earthy colors. So in this suit, yeah, I think especially in the princess, yeah, these colors are everything for me, and here they all seem to come back together, you know. So yeah, really love that. Okay, then we go into cups. I had trouble with this rainbow kind of thing going on. So after this was a complete failure many times, I kind of kept it really simple and just had this shine of rainbow colors, so going out or coming in, depending on how you want to see it. So I kept this one pretty simple, and I'm actually really loving this card. It tells me what it needs to tell me. The 2. Okay, I never knew. I mean, I might have read it years ago when I studied the Thoth. It never stuck in my head anyway. I thought these were fish, according to the Book of Thoth. These are dolphins. I mean, no disrespect to Lady Frida Harris, yeah, but yeah, I didn't see that. When I read it, I did the card, and then I was like, I did the card how I thought I wanted it to be. So that was my process. Then I went in the book to see if I might want to bring in some elements I kind of overlooked, right? So I did this card, very different, with fish. And then I read the book and I was like, dolphins? I mean, that's not possible, right? So first I had a big laugh, and then I was like, okay, I need to start from scratch here. So yeah, that was actually very funny. But yeah, dolphins it became. So there are my dolphins. In the 2. Here is the 3. I'm liking my 3. I thought I had a problem because I didn't connect them with all these leaf kind of things, and I actually don't. I might want to play with some water, but in all honesty, I'm liking the way it is. I might want to play, but I don't mean I will go with it. If it really comes out fabulous, I will. But for now, I'm good. I love this card. The 4. Again, it cut off a little bit, so I might want to bring it down a little bit overall. But again, in all honesty, I love it. The background color, you see, it is a little bit different here. It just brought in a little bit more warmth for me. While this is luxury, and the 4 for me is about stability, right? And in the sense of cups, it's about emotions. So I wanted to bring that warmth, right? In that stability, that nice cozy feeling that we don't want to leave, because in the 5 we have, you know what I mean? So yeah, I did change the coloration a little bit here. I mean, I did bring my pink lotus back and all of that, right? But yeah, I wanted to give it a little bit more warmth. Yeah, 5, disappointment. Yeah, and I think you can see here the coloration. It matches quite well, right? I'm not having blue cups, but yeah. So yeah, that's the 5. It's a little bit hard to see because the color is so similar, but it's like a dried up lily here in the middle. I might want to make that pop a little bit more. Okay, my cats are very annoying. Sorry. The 6. Yeah, I love the blue background. I did bring in the moon. Because yeah, 6, that harmony, you know, a little bit with the ebb and the flow, yeah, of the ocean, because I had the ocean here. But yeah, I did bring in the orangey kind of lotuses and stuff. I didn't bring all that thing in. I just wanted to have it a little bit more clean, I think. Don't get me wrong, I love this, yeah, but yeah, I cannot lie, I love this too. The 9 or 7, sorry, 7. I don't know why I thought it was 9. We're at 7. A little bit of different kind of green, but yeah, I think the correlation is quite obvious, right? So even though, again, pretty simple, but yeah, again, I'm loving how that came out, you know. 8. I'm enjoying my 8 here. Again, the coloration here it's a little bit more darker. I was thinking about that. I think I played with it and I ended up this. It's still like a little bit gray, you know, cloudy, but I still have that water element. I think the moment it got darker, I kind of didn't see that water element very good anymore. And I think that was the reason with this one why I chose to go a little bit lighter. Still bringing forth, you know, what it's all about. The 9, now we are at 9. Yeah, where here the purple was really in the cups, here oh, that pinky purple, right? I here really have it in the background. And yeah, the abundance with water here, I kind of brought that in here with flowers. I didn't want to lose that background. I really love that background. Yeah, so that is the 9. The 10, this one pretty simple in that sense, right? I mean, it's in the form of the Tree of Life. So I definitely stay true to that. But again, I think that orangey red, you definitely see that coming back. So I love my 10. Okay, now we'll go to the core. So this is the Princess of Cups. Of course, a bit different because here again, we're very abstract with what she's wearing, right? The animals here all come back, yeah. Again, this was not a fish, it was a dolphin, yeah. So when I saw the fish, I actually read before I started designing the card, because I was like, is it a fish or is it a dolphin again? It was a dolphin too. So the dolphin is back. But yeah, I love how she came to be. My Prince of Cups, I mean, he's fierce. He's definitely fierce. Yeah, love him. Absolutely love him. Yes. The Queen of Cups, because again, she's way more abstract. I did need to go a little bit my own way in here. The shell, yeah, and the crab, they are blending here in the coloration, right? So yeah, they do pop up a little bit more here, but I don't mind it. Yeah, it doesn't change the tone for me, you know, of this card. So yeah, that's my Queen of Cups. I love her. And this is my Knight of Cups. Again, you know, the coloration, of course, other colors will pop out because of the horse and the man. But again, I don't mind. I really love how this came to be. And then the last suit will be the swords. So here we have the ace. I love how my ace came out. The 2. Also love my 2. Actually pulled that one today for a reading. The 3. Yeah, the background here, it was very hard to find the right one, the coloration, the fragments, you know. And yeah, I was really happy with this one. 4. The blue, again, a little bit different, right? But yes. 1 second, I'm seeing something here. I don't know. Okay, that's my eyes tricking me. Of course, there's a lot of things going on here. I kept mine a little bit simple because I did more, and then it really felt chaotic, and I was not enjoying it. Then I did I redid it, you know, and I kept it a little bit more simple, and it still brought that feeling, and at the same time, yeah, it was not driving me crazy, you know. But still, I think the colorations you can definitely see. The 5, I love how my 5 came out. Again with the colorations, right? And even the rose petally star, yeah. It was a lot of work, but yeah, again, it came out perfectly. Really love this card. 6, a little beauty here. This last line, this one, the last one here, it needs to go a little bit up in that sense, because I saw it directly. Then I went back to my design and I saw it too. It needs to go a little bit up. It's not symmetric with the rest. But again, it's a beauty thing, you know. A little bit different, yeah, even in coloration, even though you have that bluish and yellowish kind of thing going back, or gray blue. I needed to go my own way a little bit here, and I think it came out the way I wanted it in that sense. The seven. Here we had the symbols for all the planets on the swords. So instead of symbolism, I actually put the real planets at the back of them, and of course the sun. So different, but again, I loved how that came out. A little bit of a different purple, because there's purple there, but then there's red in between. I didn't get that red really to come across, so I kept it really simple. I stayed with the background and the swords in that sense, you know. But in that simplicity, I loved how beautiful it came about, you know. The 9, yeah, the 9 was drama. I was playing with this card for days, yeah, and it drove me nuts. It's the poisony and then the blood, you know. It didn't come across. It felt fake. Yeah, that sounds weird, but it felt fake. Then I tried it with this, and I didn't mind it. I might still play with this card, but I don't mind this card because I can feel the same feeling as I did here, yeah. So I hope this one will bring that across through also in readings, you know. Different, absolutely, but I'm okay with that. We will see. The number 10, I mean, the colorations I think are quite on top. They're perfect, you know. I put them in the same, like that tree of life again. I love my 10. There's absolutely no complaining about my 10. And then we go into the quartz. I think the colorations here again were great. I made her body language a little bit different because here it felt a little bit like surrendering to these elements. So in a different way, I got the same feeling here. The altar here is a little bit different, but again, I love that because we're here really in the outside area. Again, I love this card. It came out different, but the way I wanted it to. The Prince was a very different card. I want his head a little bit more higher. It looked weird once I had it in my hands, you know. It didn't look weird on screen until I had it in my hands. So I might adjust that a little bit. For the rest, I'm enjoying how this came about. Love that. The Queen. I love her. I love everything about her. And we got the little baby face. Like here. But I got my cutie pie here. Love this card. And then the last one, the Knight. So the position, it is a little bit different because of course we have here a top view and I don't, yeah. And where the wings are here at his head, I love the way this was done. So I actually put the wings on the swords. Again, it still conveys the message behind it, right? But just in a different way. So I love my Knight. And that was the last one. So, like I said, I called it my Nubian Thoth because, well, again, as you see, every person is melanated. Yeah, we have some like tribal, old school kind of Africans. Maybe that's the wrong word. I think you know what I mean, right? These original Africans, yeah, not touched by the modern age in that sense, still living their life the way they were supposed to. And then you have, of course, more more modern Africans, right? Or African descendants. It's a little bit the same as I did with my Alkebu-lan Tarot, which, by the way, will be launching on Kickstarter this Saturday. So keep an eye out. But yes, like I said, this was my first test print. I know I might yeah, redo here or there certain things, right? Like I said, I am rethinking about the Fool, but who knows, maybe with time it will roll on. Yeah, and with this one I do want to bring in some extra elements, but overall, yeah, I'm absolutely loving my deck. I mean, look at those colors. Yeah, look at those colors. I love it. And I wasn't sure when I designed the back. I was like, maybe it's too what's the word, boring, like not special enough. But I love my backs. I'm not going to change my backs. I love my backs. Okay, so anyway, this was the Nubian Thoth Tarot. Yes, at one point I will do something to make this for sale. I might do a new Kickstarter in after I did the Alkebu-lan, you know, because again, we're not done with this. Yeah, I really need to work with this, because when working with this, I'm gonna know what I want to change or not change, you know. The thing is, I might not like a card the moment, like I said with the Fool now. It's not that I don't like her. It feels like something is off and I cannot pinpoint that. However, when I work with it, yeah, this card may actually be right what I need, and that can change my mind, you know, which makes me look at that card very differently. So I just want to play with it a little bit. Like I said, I will do some touch-ups, these beautifications, right? Like I showed with some, and like I said, so this might still take a while, but I just wanted to show you already because, well, I love the deck. I absolutely love the deck. And yeah, on Instagram or on Facebook or wherever, you know, you might want to see me use it. So I thought, let's show, because it also came in this week, right? So again, I just wanted to show off my deck. I love my deck. I cannot help it. Yeah, there's nothing I'm not enjoying about this deck. Yeah, it's special. It's definitely a special one. It's weird because the moment it came in, I always have this connection with the decks I'm making, but yeah, with this one, I don't know, there was this feeling, and yeah, it was really special. I cannot put the right word on there to say it like that. Anyway, again, I'm enjoying it. I hope you enjoy it. If you have some notes or ideas or whatever, you know, please feel free to comment. I always love other people's thoughts. I might not do it, but I love your thoughts. I might actually do it, you know. Give me some ideas. Anyway, I want to thank you all again for being here, for watching. Your support means more than I can ever express. Again, the Alkebu-lan Tarot will be launching this Saturday on Kickstarter. So if that is a deck that you love, well, now you know where to get it. Okay, I want to wish you all a very fabulous rest of your day. I hope to see you all again soon. Stay blessed. Bye bye.